Hello guys, welcome back, konnichiwa, herzlich willkommen. So my friends, update here on Lucid, ticker LCID. Yeah, Lucid had now here a small pump of 23%. Looks not bad guys, especially when we check the volume here. We have two volume spikes in the chart. Is this a beginning of a bigger squeeze or just a hiccup? I will explain you that here by using my chart techniques, and of course everything what I say here is not financial advice. Yo guys, if you're new to this channel, welcome. The main purpose is to educate you in trading. That's why we talk here about chart setups for Lucid. I don't care about the news or what the news are telling you, why this happens guys. We just need to understand the chart, and I show you that Lucid is now here trading in a pattern where we of course could potentially see a short squeeze. This looks a little bit like a cup and handle pattern. I don't care too much on these kind of trading patterns. Just here when I see that round move here guys, it could be something which leads into a short squeeze, but as I said, I show you here my chart patterns guys. So let's start here with the trend lines and that we understand what we have here for Lucid and which situation we are trading. So of course, overall, when we zoom out, that looks not good, guys. Yeah, Lucid had its IPO here in the $10 range, as usual. When a stock starts to trade at the Nasdaq or New York Stock Exchange, and they start with an IPO or an SPAC, they usually start in the $10 range. Then Lucid had a very nice squeeze, almost here more than 600% to $64, followed up by a post squeeze, and that is the beginning of the end. So the last very nice or biggest move which we had was here back in November 2021. But that doesn't mean that Lucid has no short squeeze potential anymore. It still has short squeeze potential, and I will also show you what happened here while Lucid traded here 23% plus. We can see also here this pump, for example, was 190%, which is also a very nice move. And while I'm recording this video here guys, if you don't know my channel, I have also a mission here. I always try to predict short squeezes. So while I'm recording this video here, one of my Patreon swing trade alerts is also squeezing 122%. I released the post on Patreon here, and then the next day already this ticker starts to squeeze. It's still squeezing, as I said. This is a actual screenshot, and we had here also two big squeezes here in the past days. This one also one of my swing trade alerts on Patreon, 709% here. Support on the trend line here guys, that was something like an algo zone, and then we had here the squeeze. Also my landing zone, which I calculated, got hit here with this price action, and just here a few days before we also had a 797% squeeze. Also here was the day or the date when I posted this on Patreon. We traded here sideways, and then Banzai, this ticker, finally decided to rip, and then 797%. Yeah, so we have a lot of short squeezes in the market, and I expect a lot of more squeezes to happen very soon, since the market is still bullish before we may see here a bigger sell-off. I will show you here everything for Lucid, but also when you want to see my hidden short squeeze plays, you can of course join our Patreon here. The full package membership is the way to go. You get a lot of content here guys, and if you also want to become of our part of our trading community, then please click here the info card in the corner to get access to the Patreon member link. So guys, this is what we have for Lucid. Very simple chart. We're trading now here in this descending trend channel pattern, which means that the top line here of this trend channel is the resistance and the bottom is the support. And you can see, since we had our all-time low at $1.93, that was this touch point here, Lucid started to squeeze. What we don't have yet, and this is what we are waiting for, is that we retest here this top trend channel line here. And as I said, as soon as we just hit the trend channel line and get rejected, then it's just a normal algo squeeze guys, and we might come lower. But when we see what happens now here with Lucid, we had this kind of squeeze because the usual algo trading zone here for Lucid, the bullish support, so the algo demand zone, is where usually the bullish algos are buying. As I said, this is in my opinion not made by human. When you see shakeouts below that zone here, that can get caused by two things. First, of course, manipulation, so means the market makers use here synthetic shares or naked shorts, whatsoever, call it whatever you want. Or the other thing is dilution guys, and we know that Lucid is diluting. This is one of the problems here. I will show you that really quick here. In Fintel guys, we have here a short interest of 21% for Lucid, which is very high, very high. 250 million shares are short. But guys, now the big but, the big ass but. So we have here dilution. Now the float is almost 2 billion shares. We had before here 896 million shares. But what we can see is that the short sellers covered some of their positions. The short interest was 273 million shares. Now we have 250 million shares. That happened here during the 10th or 11th of February. And when we see that, guys, when that happened, that was exactly here. These price action here, as I said, the market makers or the also here Fintel is calculating this on several matrices here. So that means, guys, that could be caused by short sellers which covered their position. However, if they covered or not, it doesn't matter. The algo liquidity zone is unchanged between $2.90 and $3.40. This is where usually the bullish support is waiting. So how do we know if this squeeze is still continuing or they're active or not? Yeah, if this leads into a bigger squeeze or not. If you want to copy, guys, before I continue here, when you want to follow up here my charts, if you want to copy here the price levels or duplicate that for yourself, this is everything here based on TradingView. This is the chart program what I use for all my videos and for all my trades. And if you want to learn trading, guys, you need to do two things. First, you have to invest in yourself. You have to gain knowledge. This is the most important thing. And second, you need a good chart tool. Otherwise, you will not be able to spot the algos. I use TradingView here since many years. I'm very satisfied with that and I can recommend that to you. I have here a discount link. If you want to get that program, you will save $15 on the premium tier. So if you click here the info card in the corner, you will get access to my special Patreon discount link, the TradingView discount link, guys. So, okay, so what is happening right now? So we had here again one squeeze attempt for Lucid, right? So when we had this fake out below this trend channel line here, we had a small pump. When we measure here the lowest candle point and the highest candle point here, we had 94%. So how do we know if this squeeze is still active or not? You can just simply draw here a trend line for yourself, guys, and when you see that the price gets rejected, and as I said, yeah, the market makers are not stupid. This is everything based on algos. We had support here and the market makers created these kind of gap down below the support price level, and then we had here retest, failed, and this is, guys, the second retest. So this is of course here a very temporary micro pattern in the macro pattern here, but as I said, guys, for me personally, to make it quick, simple and easy, the bullish breakout zone in my chart, yeah, as I see that, this is not financial advice, this is how I read the chart. My trading strategy for Lucid is $3.78. If we break $3.78, that can lead here into a bigger squeeze. We have one open gap here at $4.71, which needs to get filled sooner or later if they don't dilute the hell out of Lucid here. And then, guys, the next price level which I have is waiting here at $6.16, and $6.16 could be a big resistance zone where Lucid maybe see a strong rejection. It is only depending on the volume. If we have a lot of volume here, we could squeeze, of course, over $6.16, and then we can talk here about much higher price levels for Lucid, guys. But I don't want to create FOMO. First, we have to see if this price level is strong enough or the bulls are strong enough here. Maybe, as I said, maybe something like a cup and handle pattern is building up and we see here the straight line to the upside, or as I said, we just see here a few more percent before we see a correction. So keep that in mind. The key price levels here is $3.78 as a resistance, yeah, bullish breakout zone. If we get rejected here, it will act like a resistance when we have enough volume and can squeeze over this price level and confirm the support, or have just so much volume that we squeeze much higher, guys. Then, in my opinion, the next squeeze for Lucid will be triggered. Otherwise, we see here a rejection. And then the last point here before sell-off, last point of support is $2.52, guys. We don't want to see Lucid trading below $2.52. So that means everything here in that range is more or less a neutral trading zone for the swing traders out there. We have here a volatility range of 50%, which is very good. Of course, when we measure the bottom of this trend channel here, it's even more. But when we hit the bottom of this trend channel next time, guys, that means we have a new all-time low, and then we talk about $1.70 and lower. That's why I personally set my stop loss here below $2.52. It's too risky for me to trade a shakeout here, but everything below that, guys, I just focus here on the trend channel bottom. So, my friends, that was the update on Lucid. If you don't want to miss any updates here on LCID or my other short squeeze plays, then please hit the like and subscribe button right now. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Arigato gozaimasu, vielen Dank, alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye guys.